binding procedure. Similar to the Yapalong6000 and Yapalong5000 radios, binding needs to be done in an environment with minimal radio interference. This means it's best to bind the radios when there's no electronics nearby, such as cell phones, computers, Bluetooth devices, or electric panels. Once the binding is done, there's no need to rebind the radios unless new radios need to be added to the group. To bind a group, each unit of the group needs to be set into binding mode. To set a unit into binding mode, hold down the settings button, then press the group button. The group light and battery light will begin to flash alternately. After a few seconds, both lights should stop blinking. If it is the first unit to the group, both the group light and battery light will turn solid. If it is a subsequent unit to the group, only the group light should be solid. If any subsequent unit has two solid lights after binding, it needs to be powered down and rebound again to the group. Once all the units are bound, power off all the radios to complete the binding procedure. Note: the radios cannot communicate while in binding mode, so the only way to see if the binding was done correctly is powering them on after the binding's been completed. For groups of only open mic units, follow the binding procedure unit by unit. Turn off the units when all units have been bound to exit binding mode. Note: when the 7th open mic unit is bound, the first open mic unit's battery light will turn off to indicate the maximum number of 7 units for the group. For a group of 4 or less with a mix of open mic units and push-to-talk units, follow the same binding procedure as mentioned earlier. After the units have exited binding mode, convert any of the open mic units to push-to-talk units as so desired. For groups of more than 4 units with a mix of open mic and push-to-talk units, start the binding procedure with one open mic unit and end with the rest of the open mic units, meaning all push-to-talk units should be bound before the rest of the open mic units are bound. After binding is completed, power on the units and convert any of the 4 open mic units to push-to-talk as desired, or convert one push-to-talk unit to an open mic unit. Note: for mixed groups, there can only be a maximum of 5 open mic units, but the number of push-to-talk units is unlimited. A group can consist of solely push-to-talk units if so desired.